Have you ever met someone who does something extraordinary every single day, but no one really knows why? There was a man in the city of Pune, ordinary on the outside, wore the same blue shirt, same dusty shoes, and always carried a faded brown bag. People barely noticed him, but every morning at 7 a.m. sharp, he stood at the same junction. And every morning, he saved a stranger. Not with heroics or loud applause. Sometimes it was a tired woman about to walk into oncoming traffic. Sometimes a teenager holding a resignation letter before quitting on their dream. Other times a lost child, a sobbing stranger, or a man ready to give up entirely. He'd speak, sometimes with just a sentence, sometimes just with a cup of tea. And somehow, every single day someone went home saved. People began to whisper, "Who is he?" Some called him mad. Others called him a miracle. But no one knew the truth. Until one morning, someone followed him. And what they discovered will change the way you look at life and the impact one human can make.
Meet Arjun, a 38-year-old man with no known job, no social media, no big house, and no luxury car. He lived in a small rented flat, barely spoke to his neighbors, and yet he carried a notebook. Inside, pages filled with dates, times, and names of strangers. To the world, he was a nobody. But to someone, every day, he was everything. It started 12 years ago. Arjun was a rising entrepreneur, ambitious, sharp, and full of dreams. He had just launched his first startup, a tech app meant to help small businesses. Everything seemed perfect, until the collapse. His co-founder betrayed him. Investors pulled out. The business tanked. On a rainy Thursday night, Arjun stood on the edge of a bridge. That night, he didn't need a crowd to cheer him. He didn't want hope. He wanted release. And just before he leaned over, a stranger appeared. No introductions, no advice, just a cup of tea. "You can jump," the man said, "but your story doesn't deserve an ending here." That stranger never gave his name, but he saved Arjun. And that night, Arjun made a decision. If one man could save me with 5 minutes, what if I gave 5 minutes to someone every day? Arjun began a new life. Not one of riches or fame, but one of quiet purpose. He observed. He listened. He studied people the way others study books. He noticed the clenched fists of a student crushed by expectations. He recognized the empty stare of a corporate worker who once dreamed of being an artist. He saw the struggle behind fake smiles, the hesitation in phone calls, the fear in resumes. Each morning, he stood near the bustling Pune railway station, where dreams collided with deadlines. And each day, he made a choice. A girl trembling on a phone call to her father. Arjun placed his hand on her shoulder, smiled, and simply said, "Your voice matters. Don't let silence win." A boy trying to sell handmade bracelets, ignored by hundreds. Arjun bought 10. "You're not just selling thread," he told him. "You're weaving hope." A middle-aged man crying near a closed bookstore. Arjun didn't ask questions. He just sat, offering silence that healed louder than words. Words slowly spread. Some thought he was an NGO worker. Some believed he was a retired psychologist. No one imagined that he was once the man who nearly gave up. And then came Neha, a journalist, ambitious and bold, chasing a feature story on unsung heroes. She noticed Arjun after hearing a tea seller say, "He's not a man. He's a daily miracle." Neha followed him. Not just one day, but for weeks. She watched his simplicity, his timing, his words. She couldn't explain it, but the man knew exactly who needed help, and when. Curious and emotional, Neha finally approached him. "Why do you do this?" she asked. Arjun smiled. "Because someone once saved me. I'm just passing it forward." She nodded, tears brimming. "But how do you know who to help?" He paused. "Pain isn't silent, it's just ignored. When you felt it, you recognize its face in others." Neha's story about Arjun went viral, but Arjun never sought fame. He asked for no donations, opened no fundraisers. He continued, quietly, daily, saving strangers with his presence, his words, his stillness. Until one morning, he didn't show up. People waited. The tea seller looked at the bench. Empty. A note was found under the bench in Arjun's handwriting. "If you're reading this, I've gone home. My time here is done. But yours isn't." Every day, someone is standing at the edge, not of a bridge, but of a dream, a decision, a fear. Be their stranger. Offer time, not advice. Offer presence, not judgment. If 5 minutes saved me, imagine what your 5 can do. The bench at Pune station is now known as the stranger's seat. People sit there, not to be saved, but to save. And every morning, someone still brings a cup of tea, just in case. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, comment your favorite part of the video, and must subscribe to the channel. Thank you.